Hello and welcome to another BK Talks. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with the HTC Vive and my opinions on virtual reality in the gaming industry for the future. Now, first off, this is my first time ever using virtual reality anything. I haven't used the PSVR, I haven't used the Oculus, I haven't used the HoloLens, I haven't used anything. Not even the Samsung VR. This is my first one, and I have to admit I am very impressed by it. I expected it was going to be pretty cool going into it, but I didn't expect that I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I don't own it, but I went to a mall outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, second largest mall in the country, where they had a Microsoft store, and I tried out the HTC Vive there. They had a whole demonstration area corded off, and me and my friend were down at the mall. It was like an hour away, and we tried it out. We tried it out for the first time. We enjoyed it. We thought it was really cool. Now, my opinions on it are that I think that even though I think that the price point for the HTC Vive is okay for its product, $800 square off right for the thing by itself. The only problem I have with it is that you need a high-end PC in order to run with it and run the games on it. So I don't feel that it's worth it to get the HTC Vive and the PC if you don't have it. Like myself, I am a console collector. You can see it behind me. You can see it in my monthly pickups. You can, if you see down there, there's 7, 8 consoles hooked up to one TV, 2 TVs, and it's. I never saw any interest in PC gaming besides when I decided to make my own games for PC, because I'll have to, because indie games. Anyway, so I see it as an issue for people like me who don't have high-end PCs. Even my computer is just a crappy 4GB Intel Pentium. That's what I use to edit videos. I'm not proud of it. But anyway, as for how I see virtual reality going in the future, I see it being a cool novelty for the future, and I see it being very useful for things like training for surgeon, or training to be a surgeon, training in specific high skill level fields like doctors, surgeons, say archaeologists. I guess that would actually be pretty cool. But I can see it as being a way to better simulate what would go on in a job and skill position. I can see it being used in society as a tool for higher education. I can see it as a way for just basic entertainment, for like in movies where you're inside the movie. I can see that happening. In the gaming industry, I think it's a fun novelty, but I don't think that it's going to be able to make its big mark in the gaming industry for many years to come. I think that they're going to be here. Virtual reality systems are going to be around, but they're not going to be focused heavily on games as they are right now. Right now, they're pretty much primarily focused on video games, for the most part. You can do other things with them, but games are the primary focus. And from what I tried with the HTC Vive, the games are fun. I love it because I love what they are, because they're like arcade shooters, and arcade shooter genre, Unreal shooters, are my favorite genre of video games altogether, and arcade shooters kind of fall into that category. So the games I played on there were really fun. I don't remember the names of them. One was like a Tron style blaster game where you're shooting little things with a couple pistols or whatever guns or weapons you do. Game Grumps did a video on it once. And the other one was like a castle defense thing where you're shooting little flat people with a bow and arrow. Those are the games I played. Those are really fun, and I love those. As for the other pluses that I see for virtual reality, as I said, I don't think it's going to change the face of gaming. It really isn't. Like, it's not what gaming is going to become. It really isn't, especially since it's like a strictly single-player use thing, unless someone makes a virtual reality system where 4 players get a headset and they're all playing a party game. Doubt that's going to happen in the near future, but anyway. The point is, I don't think it's going to be viable in the gaming industry as a big industry of itself. As for medical purposes and things like that, it's already being used for things like that, and I think that it's going to continue there. Now, one plus that I do see for the gaming market with it is that it might actually revive a couple of different genres of gaming. One, as I said earlier, was an on-rail shooter. On-rail shooters kind of fell by the wayside after the arcade days of the 90s and the PS1 and N64. They pretty much fell by the wayside. You didn't see them as much going from GameCube onward until the Wii hit and you had the motion controls and you were able to shoot like live there. So I don't think that I think that with the new virtual reality, on-rail shooters are definitely going to make a comeback because now you're in the thing as you're moving, and since you're limited to where you can move within it, it makes sense that it would be an on-rail shooter instead of a first-person shooter where you're moving around everywhere. Other than that, I can see the survival horror genre and the horror genre in general just exploding with things because it seems like the perfect system for a horror genre. Excuse me, jeez. And maybe like I can see it being more like the NES where you have fun one-off games where you can pick up and play whenever you want, or like the Atari where you can just pick up and play and you enjoy it for like a couple hours and then you're just like, I'm done for now, I'll play it tomorrow. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the entire subject. What are your thoughts below? I'm curious of what other people think. If you've tried any of these virtual reality apparatuses, apparatusi? If you tried any of the virtual reality platforms, tell me below what you think of them. Explain if you've done multiple. Please tell me which one you preferred. And like, comment, subscribe. Shameless plug. Here we go. You can follow me on Twitter. Just type at BK other than that, have a good day. See you next day. See you next time. Next day. Wow. Bye.